Now, as mentioned, there are several ways to actually make this permanent, and editing the init script in general is not something that you'd want to be doing time and time again. In particular, it may get overwritten if you upgrade the package. So how do you go about making sure that the user limits are set in the recommended way for the MongoD user? In this case, it's MongoDB user on Debian and Ubuntu derivatives, MongoD user on the CentOS, Red Hat, and Amazon-based systems. So how do we go about that? So to find out the ulimits for a particular user without a shell, it's a little bit complicated. You don't need to know the ins and outs of the particular command here, but basically what we're asking the shell to do is run ulimit-a under the MongoD user and passing in an actual specific shell. The reason for doing that is because the MongoD user is set up to run the MongoD daemon itself, or MongoS, and is not intended to actually be able to log into a system. So you're to provide some special options here. The output will look familiar though. The output here shows that the open files for this particular user is still 1024. User processes and various other things are actually still set the same way. So how do we go about actually changing that and making it permanent for a particular user? In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to edit the etc securitylimits.conf file. Scrolling down in this file, you can see there's a few examples here. What we're going to do is we are going to set the levels appropriately for the MongoD user. So we specify the user. We're actually going to specify both hard and soft to the same level. We're going to go no files, which is number of files, and set that to 64,000. Having made these changes to the number of open files, you can save it, and on the next reboot that will then be effective. In the meantime, we've already set 64,000 in the init script, so this particular host will be fine in the interim. So here we have our list of hosts again. As you can see, there is no longer a ulimit warning, as mentioned before. So that's how you address those warnings, what you need to do to actually fix them.